In today's video, I'm going to show you how I made these flowers. I think they're so pretty. And I used some fuzzy yarn with them and tied some ribbon on them. Here's the ribbon. I got it at a thrift store. I love that stuff. And I put some lace at the top. But let me see if I can zoom in on some of the paint. It's kind of dark out here. It rained this morning. So there's that. And there's that one. And it makes the pink not so harsh. And it gives it kind of droopy, shabby look. There's the original pink. And that one is just like it, with the paint mixture on it. Original pink, paint mixture pink. And this, it was a rose that was pink and beige, so it's different. Original bright pink, and a more muted pink. I think that would be better for your home. You know, for a wedding or a little outdoor party, I think the bright would be fine. But I'm going to show you how I put the paint mixture on them. And then later I'm going to go in and make one and show you how I made it. Now these are kind of pretty like they are. They were the kind of peach colored roses from Dollar Tree. But the greenery is bright. I thought about not doing them, but I think they'll still look better. But see, you can tell the difference. And if I get my grungy screen door painting and get it put up at my booth, I'll probably hang these off of, you know, the edges of it or something. But anyway, let's get it going. But anyway, let's get started. And also on those three, I use the pink fuzzy yarn. On this one, I use the, I forget what you call it, like fat yarn. And then on this one, I use just pink ribbon. Okay, and to do this, I got a coffee can. You can tell it's messy. And I put probably about a cup and a half of water. See the bottom, all that heavy stuff? I'm going to shake it up here in a minute and get it mixed up. If it'll mix up. That's it since last night, and it's got plaster Paris in it. So, and then I put, this was a new jar of paint. I put about that much. Maybe 3 tablespoons. Okay, and I'll tell you what I did. You know, I put the water, and I put the plaster Paris and the paint. And at first I didn't have enough paint. And it just, make sure you put enough paint. To avoid that hassle. And then when I shook it up, it kind of foamed up. And I thought, oh man. And I thought, So, I went and added probably a teaspoon or two, probably 2 teaspoons of dishwashing liquid to make it suds even more. And now let me shake it up and show you. Before shaking and after shaking. I probably shook a little harder since I'm outside and didn't have to worry about the lid popping off and ruining my house. Okay, and now I got this one that had the green on top, the kind of peach colored one. And I made sure the petals ain't lined up exact, somewhat. And now I'm gonna dip it in here. I'm gonna try to do this holding the camera. And I got a glove on because, you know, I might could just shake it. Well, with the yarn ones, I'd try to hold the yarn and stuff in my hand. So I gotta get those leaves down in it. Okay. Now I'm gonna hang it up. Okay. Well, let's Use the zoom. You can see the suds sitting on top of the green leaf. Let's go around this way. I'm trying not to step in the drips. I don't want to track it in the house. Okay. And you can't really see them on this color on the petals, but they're on there. Okay, and right here, I did the other pink one like that, the one that was so bright. Okay, and you can see the little clumps on the top, and I guess that's the plaster Paris. Or maybe dried up paint, I don't know what it is, probably plaster Paris. And you can see the suds sitting in that petal. And it'll kind of drip down, and so it's heavier right there at the edges. And this one I trimmed a little bit right through here. And that one I didn't. I think I like it better untrimmed. But now, let's see. I'm gonna go back and gently, if it's all messed up, I'll go in. Well, that one looks okay. I would rather, now right there it looks a little jumbled, doesn't it? I'd rather not adjust it if I don't have to, because then I might lose some bubbles. That's good enough. So, I'm gonna let them sit and dry. Well, let me show you this side. Okay, and here's the other side of the bright pink one. You see all that? And there's a lot of paint right through here. And here's this side of this one. See the bubbles dripping off the end? So, okay, I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, before we get going building the flower, I wanted to show you this little thing I painted. It's ceramic. It's even got, you know, a stamp on the bottom. And I painted it, and I made some white wax, because all I have was clear. And I also used that white wax on this flower that's in it. And I'll show you what the flowers look like before. That's what they look like before. And that softened it just a little bit. And now from this angle, you can tell it's just a little bit softened. Okay, I wanted to show you that lace is the one I used on the flowers I just showed you outside. And this is one I'll probably use on the peachy color one. I got both of these. Look how thick. I don't know how thick this one is. It's got the cardboard on it. I got both of them $1.99 a piece at a thrift store. So that ain't bad. Okay, the best way I know how to show you how to make these is just start from scratch. I was going to take the flower heads apart and all first, but we're a bit shorter video. But, yeah. Okay. Here's the yarn I'm using. At least I think that's the one that goes with it. It was in a bag with some more yarn, so I'm not quite sure. But I'm pretty sure. Okay, and to thread a needle, I could probably get this through, but I'm going to take this little piece of paper and fold it over. I need to be doing some housework. My grandson will be coming back. He went to stay with his other grandmother a little bit. And I got to do some things while I can. I can with him here. It's just easier if I'm not having to stop and cook and stuff. But anyway. Okay. So these are, I don't know, the peonies maybe? I ain't sure. I ain't even sure I said it right. Take the back off and save it, of course. Big petal. Oh, these don't seem to have as many petals as the others. 2 petals. Some of them are littler in the bouquets or whatever. I may have to get another one. Hopefully I got another one that I can find anyway. I've got to get organized. I've been ordering a lot of stuff and nowhere to put it. That box of die cuts that I got from my scissors machine, however you say it, it's sitting in the living room because there's nowhere to put it. I just got too much clutter around. Maybe I can sell some stuff and get some space. Okay, there's 2 there of each one. Yeah, I'm gonna need more petals than this. I'm saving all these parts. Okay, so I got 3 of that size and that size. Let's see what I can find. And while I have your attention, there's something else I made. I'm gonna put in my booth. And I had a bunch of those strips I'd got at Walmart, fabric strips. I'm like, what am I gonna do with them? You know, I was going through all my fabric stuff. And so I threw them in the washing machine and got them all raggedy looking. And then I would loop it around this. That's a hem off of a blanket I'd cut off when I was getting my fabric, you know, neat and folded. So I took that little hem piece. No, that's the other one. I made a smaller one. This, I forget what you call that. Anyway, it's some kind of string. I just made the loop and then ran 2 ends in it and pulled it tight. And done that a bunch of times. And then I went back and I'd put a little snip, and then I'd pull each side and tear them where they'd be a little more narrow. So I just want to share that too. Okay, I think these are the bigger ones, because I need a big petal for the top. Of course, that may be the big size there, I don't know. I just had a bag full of petals, and I'm like, I can't throw those away. I looked down in the bag and it looked so pretty. Yeah, this one's bigger. Okay, good deal. So this and, yeah, it's the same size as that. But that'll give me that one big one for the top. And then these smaller ones will give me some length. I got the idea, I guess, from that scissors thing that's made to make, it's made to make Wisteria flowers. That ain't no good. And I don't know if I'd have thought about it without that, but who knows. This should be the same size. Yeah, okay. So the little flowers have the medium and the small so far. Wow, this one's difficult. I don't know why these two give me such a hard time. I'll never have a hard time like that taking them apart. Okay, there's another big one. And a medium one. God. Another destroyed plastic cup. And you could probably make the plastic cups with get a glass thing that's got like a little handle and put some hot glue on it and make your own little cup if you need to. And that, I'm gonna go ahead and snip that off. Don't want that. Okay. It was just sticking out there all funny looking. So I'm gonna start with the little ones. So I'm gonna move these aside. Get my needle, and it's still hooked to the ball. Okay, let's see if this works better. And put where it's kind of hanging downward. Put it on there. And you could do them face up. I think I did the others face up, but I ain't sure. It just kind of poofs out more. And this yarn, this thick yarn, now see with the others I was having to stop and tie a knot. like with that pink slick ribbon, not the one I love, but the other kind, and something else. I was having to stop and tie it, and I didn't like that. So this thick yarn, they pretty much stay in place. Or I meant to buy some clear drinking straws and cut little, you know, little sections about that big or maybe a little smaller to go between them. I didn't want heavy beads. I thought about beads, but I forgot when I was at the store, so. Well, I remembered at one point, but all I saw was blue and green over there hanging on those clip strip things. And I thought, well, when I get to the grocery section, I'll look for some clear ones, and forgot. Okay, so we got these, and I'll show you what I do with this bottom one to make it look better. I probably shouldn't have went so far down. I just either waste yarn that way, or you have to pull them back up to where you're not wasting so much yarn. Now we got the medium size. I don't think I used that many medium size on my others because, you know, I was just getting them out of the bag. I might have. So, you know, I didn't know how many flowers worth of petals it was or anything like that. Still working on the medium. That was kind of loose. Probably one of them where I had to rip and tug. It'll be alright. Oh, and at one point, I put a little bit of glue in my mixture. Probably, about a tablespoon or two. I don't know. It's not an exact science. I don't know if that helped or anything, but I just threw it in there. Now that petal, hopefully it won't give me problems later. Let's see if I can pinch it. That seemed to help a little bit. Okay, now we're going to the big ones. I tried using my super chunky yarn. It was just a hassle. But see, ain't it looking pretty? Pretty, pretty. Alright. That looks pretty good. So now I can take this needle off. And I'm just going to loop it over. About how long I want it. It's not really important. And I don't know if it'd look better if I left that dangling. I might leave it dangling some because I cut one of them like right there at it and it just kind of stuck out. When everything looks soft and flowing, not sticking out like. Okay. So now with this bottom, I'm just gonna snip it maybe 6 inches from the end, just where it ain't a hassle to tie. I'm gonna shove these up just a tad. And I'm gonna tie it as close to that petal as possible, but not too close since I shoved them up, you know. I just had to have a little workaround. And just for safety's sake, where they don't slide off, I'll do it again. And I can cut this close because I'm going to cover it with glue, so I ain't got to worry about it coming undone. Okay. And I'm using tacky glue. Hot glue gun, I guess, would work, or whatever. Okay, got the glue in there. And I'm going to pull this petal down. And then I'm just going to kind of wrap it around like that. And I'm Right now it's not gonna stick. You might could wrap something around like a rubber band or something. And then I'm gonna pull the next one a little closer to it since I'd shoved them back, you know. And that's what we got. And then I'll keep checking this where it'll stay closed. It gives it a little more tapered look on the end. I think that looks better with that tapered look. So, see, that wasn't too hard, was it? And I'm not wasting all these pretty petals. That's what inspired me. I looked in that bag and I thought, oh, that's so pretty. But you couldn't scatter them like at a wedding or something unless you cut the hole out of the middle, you know, cut each petal off. You know, so I found a way to use them like they were. And we'll go out and check those others when they dry. Okay, and I got two of the peach colored, I got on my paint fence. I got two of the peach colored flowers out there. And I just tied this little bow to figure out about how much of the lace I'll need for one. And I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to untie it. And then I'll know how long to make the other one. So there we go. Okay, I think they're dry, or pretty close to it. And I went ahead and tied some of that. If I hadn't used the pink, it would look better. I put the peach colored lace on it for a bow. And if it'd be still, it might help. You can see where it's on the greenery. Yeah, right there it's a little too much for me. I may leave it or I may go and try to sand it because it's, let's see, it's got a rough feeling. You could probably sand it off. It's so, it was sunny when I started out here. Now it's all cloudy again. Maybe you can see it. And I hadn't done that one yet. Well, we can do a comparison. Alright. And then this one still looks a lot more pink than that one. I don't know if they were originally more pink or what. So there's what that one looks like. And this one over here, I let it soak in it for a little while, but I don't think that really helped. And you could probably double dip. I may do a double dip. I'll be back. Okay, this one's almost dry. That's the one I double dipped. And oh, I forgot to mention, I used the paint that I put in my mixture was the Waverly Plaster color. I didn't use white. And so I figured that would tone down the pink better than just regular white would. But we got some good stuff on there. The very tip's not dry good yet, but I'll show you. Let me back up. Oops. The difference in this one. This was double dipped. And this was not double dipped. I need to hang them side by side. Okay, I just moved them side by side. So there's the double dipped and the not double dipped. And by looking at the top, you can tell that covered the pink a lot better. You know, toned it down a little bit. And I'm gonna have them like different shades, you know. Don't want them all just alike. So there they are. Let them dry good. Hopefully it won't rain on them before I can get them in. Oh, I was gonna tell you too, I'm thinking about maybe just making like a little loop close to the flower, and then I can go back and put this pretty stuff, tie it to that loop when it's dry. Because see, throwing the whole thing in there and shaking it up, that's what I do with some of them. There was no way to keep it off of that, and it just don't look too good with all that on it. So, and then these, you know, I ended up it's kind of stiff right there. I ended up getting it on them, you know, at the bottom. So it'd probably look better if I did it that way. Not sure. But anyway, let me know how you like them. I think they're just adorable. And I'm so glad I didn't have to waste all those petals that I didn't use on the flowers. But anyway, thanks for watching. And I hope you'll try this. And be sure to subscribe. Bye, y'all.